Well, good evening. I just wanted to touch bases with you for a couple of minutes here on your grades on the as far as the exam is concerned, and also I want to provide you some information with about your SLO paper. Okay. As far as the grades, even though I have about 3 or 4 more exams to grade, the grades on this exam have been excellent. Many of you have received A's. In fact, there are more A's than any other grade thus far, and I haven't even completed the grading yet. So that's good. It's apparent to me that a number of you are beginning to develop what C. Wright Mills referred to as the sociological imagination. It's very clear to me. The SLO paper, first of all, the outline is due this Saturday evening. What you need to do is just in the outline, for the outline, you need to write what you plan to indicate what you plan to write about, and also describe how you're going to approach it as best you can. Okay? You need to have that completed, remember, by Saturday night. And if you don't do that, well, then you will forfeit not only the 10 points associated with this project, but you will also forfeit your opportunity for resubmissions. If you recall, those students that submit their final paper early, but there's an early due date. If you do that by that early due date, you'll be able to resubmit. But that is only applicable to students that complete their outline. So you must have that outline in by Saturday night. You want to make sure that your final paper is 4-page minimum. You want to make sure it's double spaced, 12 font with 1-inch margins and proofread. Of course, you're not graded on your exams in class, at least in terms of grammar, but you will be assessed on the paper, okay? Please avoid definitions. Please avoid defining sociological concepts. I'll be your audience. I know what the concepts pertain to, and it will be apparent to me by the way you use these concepts in your paper if you understand and if you know how to apply these concepts. So please avoid defining terms for me. As I said, in this paper, you will have to apply one or more, initially I said one, but or more of the theoretical perspectives in analyzing some phenomena. There was a number of examples throughout the text. In fact, in each chapter, there's a section that uses or illustrates how each of these perspectives would analyze some phenomena. So I certainly recommend that you review that section of each chapter, especially the chapter that contains the topic that you're going to write about. Okay? One of the most fascinating papers, I may add, that I've ever received was a symbolic interactionist analysis of a young woman who was describing the conflict that was ongoing in her family. The conflict was about the values that she was internalizing in American society. She was a young Korean student, and the problem was that she had begun to internalize American values and behaviors. And this had brought her into conflict with her parents who wanted her to internalize traditional Korean values. And so her paper was a marvelous interactionist spin on this developing conflict that emerged in her family. It was a very excellent paper. And it was an absolute wonderful way in which she applied the theoretical perspective. So in your paper, you want to be explicit and make it clear which theoretical perspective that you are basing your analysis on. And in that way, I'll have some idea of the extent to which you understand these perspectives. So, and that is due on the 27th, the final paper. The early due date escapes me right now, but it's in the syllabus. I believe it's the 20th. I believe it's the 20th. Don't quote me on that, but it is in the syllabus. So that basically is it. I hope that if you have any further questions about your paper or about the exam, or anything else in the that's going on in class, don't hesitate to call me or contact me one way or another. Okay? Have a nice day.